What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another very late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with a Lifedrain deck. And what does that mean? Lifedrain. It's typically the word they use to describe a deck that has a bunch of different, like, one damage, two face effects that stack up with each other, that slowly but surely inevitably ping the opponent down to zero. In this case, we're making use of three key enchantments. But just briefly, before I dive into the deck, I just wanted to make a little bit of an announcement. Basically, the decision was between, and those of you who follow me closely will know that I had announced I would do theory crafting content starting today up until the release of Crimson Vow, where we would look at some decks in Etherhub's deck builder and preemptively craft up a few things in time for Crimson Vow. And I ended up deciding not to do that and continuing to do just these fun little bit of janky decks just to pass the time between now and Crimson Vow, because the deck builder in Etherhub is horrible. It's really clunky and they don't have all the cards yet from Crimson Vow as of this morning when I was testing this out on their website. So you can't even build full decks yet with all the stuff from Crimson Vow. It just doesn't make for very riveting content. And anyway, I'm going to be making full deck videos of those brews that I've started to make for you guys, which is better to see, like, the whole deck, being introduced, played, and everything, and discussed about, rather than just a static image on Etherhub. So I've decided to not do theory crafting content and to just continue to put out fun little short janky deck videos between now and when Crimson Vow comes out, because it's only a few more days anyway. And this is one such deck. It's not one that we're going to be taking onto the ranked ladder. We'll definitely be playing this on the unranked ladder. Also, just to get away, hopefully, from this barrage of mono white, mono green is it turns, and hopefully play somebody who's playing something different and creative and fun in unranked and play testing. That would be ideal. I have clawed my way back into Diamond. Finally, after the whole of last month wallowing around in Platinum 4, I've finally crawled my way back into Diamond. I'm hoping to push into Mythic before Crimson Vow comes out. I've still got a few days left to go to try and grind my way into Mythic, but Diamond's good enough, at least for now, so I'm quite happy about that achievement. And yeah. This is another super janky brew. I'm trying to make use of Sarith. It's like every tap creature gains Death Touch, every untapped creature has hexproof, and then of course pairing it with Finn the Fangbear with some results, but yeah, mostly janky. This actually works. This is a sweet little brew. So it's we've seen this one similar to this before. I've played a shell like this before for you guys with very low curve, very small amount of lands, one Ebondeath, because it's a zombie deck. But this one is making much more use of a new card, a new edition, Warlock Class, and the three enchantments that I mentioned in the introduction are Warlock Class enchantment, Meathook Massacre, and Ghoulish Procession. These three cards together, if they're all on the battlefield at the same time, it starts to get really, really nice. So, why is that? First of all, Warlock Class, even just as it comes into play, it's only 1 mana. At level 1, what happens is whenever a creature dies this turn, the opponent loses 1 life. Ba-dink! So now if you have Meathook Massacre in play at the same time as well, if a creature you control dies, the opponent loses 1 life. Because you're attacking with decayed creatures every single turn, either your Jadar is going to be pumping 1 out every turn and you just attack with it, or you can make more of them with Tainted Adversary, or Ghoulish Procession says that whenever 1 or more non-token creatures die, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed, which is either going to be something of yours that the opponent is killing, like your Jadar or Tainted Adversary or Champion of the Perished, or, you know, your Ebondeath. Your opponent kills it, at least you get some value out of that. Or it's you killing your opponent's creatures with a little bit of removal. We are running 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. There's 2 copies of Eaten Alive. There are 4 copies of Infernal Grasp. And there is, of course, Meathook Massacre. So there is quite a bit of removal. So if we kill some of the opponent creatures, of course, can have multiple Ghoulish Processions and multiple Warlock classes on the battlefield because they are not legendary. Then we get decayed zombies for all of that. So that's all the ways that we have of making decayed zombies. And every time when they attack, they of course die. And when they die, that's going to trigger the Meathook Massacre and the Warlock class and ping the opponent down, ping, 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 draining their life to 0. And that's the main win con, but it's not the only win con. Because if at some point, because, you know, even if like 5 decayed zombies die, you're only going to get 1 trigger off of 1 Warlock class. So you need, you know, and it's not that common that you'll have more than 2 of them on the battlefield in any one given game. So if it ever gets to that stalemate point, then just build up your zombie army without attacking with them. And then at some point you hold a massacre. You've probably already pinged them down quite a bit at that point, and then Meathook Massacre, you sweep the whole board, and whenever one of your creatures dies, the opponent loses 1 life, and that usually pings them down. And if it isn't enough, just set yourself up with a level 3 Warlock class, because this card is crazy. I'm surprised it didn't get rare. I actually think it's one of my favorite class enchantments to play with. Not only is level 2 a great little bit of card draw, so we've got Warlock classes level 2 and Deadly Dispute to draw some cards. At the beginning of an when this class becomes level 2, you look at the top 3 cards of your library, you put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's like Professor Onyx's +1 without the life loss, which is really good. You can filter the top 3 cards of your library, pick the best one, and discard the rest into your graveyard, which is sometimes good because we do have ways of getting things out of our graveyard. You can either just discard an Ebondeath Dracolich and flash it back. Whenever a decayed zombie dies, that's something not named Ebondeath Dracolich dying. So you can cast it from your graveyard with flash. Enters the battlefield tapped. But that's pretty cool. So you can discard an early game Ebondeath and keep a land or something like that. It's or, you know, put a zombie in the graveyard and then just have it crawl back with crawl from the cellar. So it's not always a problem to discard stuff in this deck. And then at level 3, which is why I started making this point, at the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So even if you just get it to level 3 and 1 decayed zombie's dying, they would lose 2 life. So then it would become 4 life, because this kind of like it matches the amount that they've already lost. They lose double that much. So you can see how even just having this level 3 and having the occasional 1 decaying zombie getting through for damage, how that ends games pretty quickly. Or if you have a Dracolich in the sky and you swing in for 5 and then it ends up being 10, you know, it's game-ending stuff. So try to get your Warlock class to level 3. Use it to card draw along the way. Don't forget the trick, which I will demonstrate, I hope, at some point. It's not really a trick, but just you have to enable full control before your decayed zombie decays, you can hold full control, and before it's gone, you can sacrifice it to Deadly Dispute and get the card draw off of it. But of course, we've also got 4 copies of Shambling Ghast, which is the usual food to Deadly Dispute. But we can also use the Shambling Ghast as sack fodder for Eaten Alive, which makes it cost 1 mana to exile any target creature or planeswalker. Really good. And that's the deck. It's pretty straightforward. We're just trying to get to a point in the game where we have hopefully multiple Warlock classes and Ghoulish Processions, and we just build up this big army of decaying zombies, and every time they attack, they're dying, and they're triggering all of these things. And we ping the opponent down, and then either do a Meathook Massacre on our own board, or you know, with a level 3 Warlock class, start swinging in with a few things, and that should you know, polish the opponent off. We are running the Snowlands so that we can have access to Faceless Haven, and I just went down to 3 and 1 Field of Ruin, cheeky one, because if you know, this deck's trying to close out games fairly quickly. If it goes late and you're up against the hated Izzet turns, hopefully we won't run into too many of them in unranked, but if you do end up against them, I do have a sneaky one-of for their Hall of the Storm Giants. That's it. I think that's pretty clear what the plan is. Let's try and execute it. Let's jump into some games. Now, as usual, at this point in my videos is when I like to do a little bit of self-promotion. So if you have not subscribed to the channel and you are watching this, consider doing so. I'm rapidly approaching 400 subs. I think we're sitting on like 380 something, which is insane. So thank you. And there's going to be something sweet happening when we reach 400 subs. If you want to find out what that is, just look at the link in the video description. Haha, pretty nice. Also, of course, don't forget to do all the other great YouTube stuff. Like the video, leave a comment. I always like those. And hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future daily uploads. Alright, Mr. Big Man, what you got? A plains. Badunk. That could be a Doomscar. We're holding up Deadly Dispute. We can, you know, respond to a Doomscar. Okay, maybe not. Ooh, that's a nice little drop. Could be a Poison the Cup. It's down to 10 already. Not yet. Okay. Perfect. Probably should have let it go through, and then I would have gotten the clue token. And then we could have just Deadly Disputed the Shambling Ghast, but that's okay. Oh, it's an angel deck. Ooh. Just kill you right now. Actually, you know what? This will do more damage. Or the same amount of damage, and then I still get to... potentially... Ooh, nice. Yes, we're definitely playing a Warlock Class. And let's play out another champion. Hopefully it's not a Doomscar, but it's usually not. It's probably the Angelic Procession or whatever. The X-Angels thing. Whose name I always forget. He could now make 2 angels. Starnheim Unleashed. Why do I always forget that? Okay, let's go digging. Got 2 ways of digging. Oof. Oof. I think we have to just go for another champion. I mean, that's just too good. Ooh, Jadar. Hello. Double block. Good lad. Oh baby, the triggers. This guy gets double strike. If he just waited, he probably could have won, no? That would have been 16. Okay, I still would have survived for one more turn, but still. I don't think I would have blocked with my other angel if I knew it was about to get double strike. This should win the game. Sure. Oh, can you imagine? Should. Oof. Oof. It's so close. You've got to be kidding me with this flood. There's only 20 lands in the deck. Give me anything. Oh, yes. That's just great. What has he got, like a village rights? His own dispute. That should do it. I mean, he has to block. Boom, boom. Oh. So that's the strategy, okay? And we didn't even have Meathook Massacre on the board. I was just off of 1 Warlock Class and some pretty lucky top decks with plenty of Champions of the Parish, but you see what we're trying to do here. Let's try to get multiple copies of that Ghoulish Procession and a couple copies of Warlock Class down. And when you get to that mid to late game and you can slam a Tainted Adversary and just make like freaking 4 decayed tokens, it feels pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, alright. Alright. Could be better with just a Shambling Ghast instead of, let's say, this crawl. But we can also rummage a bit with the Warlock Class level 2. I might actually just play out this guy. Going against some kind of is-it shenanigans thing here. Oh, Jeskai. Okay, it's fine, I guess. Pretty annoying, but fine. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Although this is looking like a Doomscar potentially deck. Okay, no. Ooh. Trying to do some card drawing, crazy card drawing shenanigans. That's too slow, mate. Oh, pretty nice though. Full restock. I think we just go in for the... Oh wait, this guy's not... Ooh, I can't kill that guy. That sucks. I forgot it wasn't a 2-drop. You see it's so small power and toughness. Okay, look at the sneaky life gain. More card draw potentially. Now you're out of here, my dear fella. Hopefully there's no counter spell here, like there could be a negate or something. Why do I talk? Why do I keep opening my booming mouth? Oh, we can crawl from the cellar of this champion if he decides to block it. And we'll get a trigger off of the Procession and the Warlock Class. Now we can just swing in with the zombie, have it die and flash in the Ebondeath from the graveyard. Magda. Okay. Another Archmage. Oof. Nice. Either that or Deadly Disputed with full control mode. Probably go for the latter. Get some fresh cards. Maybe a 5th land with which to cast a tasty Tainted Adversary. Hold down full control. See, the decay trigger doesn't even go on the stack, but I could have let that even go one step further. Nice. Let go of full control. Whoop. Why not? Oh, trigger. Boonk. We haven't even had Meathook Massacre, but if we had one now and we did sweep the board, that would win us the game. We could even just do a sweep for 2. And that will definitely win us the game. Oh, come on. We dispute it? Yeah. Definitely. Nice. Double Warlock Class. Victory is close. I can feel it. Oh. Oh, just crawl. That's safe-ish. I wonder if he is running Doomscar at all. what the overall strategy was supposed to be here. I feel like we're missing out on some Grandmaster work of art, masterpiece deck here. If only we'd let him execute. Ooh. Okay, that's enough land now. Thank you. Grow our dear fellow. This is gonna be brutal. Good game. Bye bye. Ping ping. This was the deck that I actually planned to use for the Halloween video, and then power outages in Cape Town. Thank you, Escom. Made it so that I couldn't put out a video that night, and then the whole Halloween thing had come and gone, and I'm happy to get a chance to replay this deck. It's pretty fun. So far so good. 2-0 on unranked, but still, I'll take my wins where I can get them. So it's going to be content like this every day between now and the 11th. And then on the 11th, good stuff happening. You'll have to stick around to the end of the video to find out. Shambler. Turn 1 Shambler, mate. Vygotsky Zone 3. Mr. Dimir. Siphon Insight just feels so bad. What did he take? What did he take? The cheeky bugger. It's almost like milling. It just always feels like somehow they stuffed up your drawers. Not too worried about this priest. So it's looking like a Dimir zombie deck, actually, not control, which is quite cool. Zombie versus zombie. I think we can just deadly dispute one of these treasures. No, that means we'll have to discard something. So let's just play out one adversary and actually pay the cost with the treasures. I'm okay with that. He would need 2 more snowlands to sack the priest to kill my tainted adversary, so he's figuring that out right now. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No. Oh, that's gonna work. Oh my god, he might just concede. Whoops. Lol. That last one isn't a snowland. Oops. Okay, so he stole one of my adversaries, the bugger. Well, at least we got our first enchantment, so the combo is slowly forming. I think we'll hold up this deadly dispute for next turn, let's get... Oof. Procession. Warlock Class, man. Hopefully that's the last casting of that particular spell that we see for this game. Okay, now we are definitely daily disputing with full control. We could have just daily disputed without it, but whatever. Hold full control. See here, this thing comes up. Since it's gonna die, we do it before. Ooh, Jadar. Hello, darling. Welcome to the party. We've got Jadar and Ghoulish Procession. Slowly. Oh. Okay, so he'd stolen one of my Infernal Grasps. Ah! It's so painful. Okay, so he stole a land. Bonk. Ooh. I need more mana to go level 3. It's unfortunately a bit expensive, which is probably why it got uncommon. If this was like 5 mana to activate. And unranked, always providing us with these crazy pairings. Okay. Should we just start swinging in? Yeah. Full control. Look, you can even let it go to this point where the triggers are on the stack. And you can still catch them before they decay. This is a problem. That was an absolute waste of time. Whoops, I did not, I forgot to take note of his Ghoulish Procession. I'm actually thinking this is one that he stole from me. But I mean, pretty nice. Like, the Dimir variant of this deck that's shaping up with the addition of Crimson Vow cards is looking to be crazy. There's an aggro one that doesn't make use of Puppet Stitcher that I've been theory crafting that just looks ridiculously good. Okay, well, do or die, all or nothing. Okay. I think I still get the zombies. Exile trigger doesn't, at least that. So he'll take 4 but gain 2. So it's only 2 damage, but that's better than nothing. It's a +3 from the Warlock Class. Nine. Is he just gonna go for the Faceless Haven? Oh, the suspense is killing me. I can level up my Warlock Class next turn. He's got another Meathook Massacre. It'll be a disaster. But if we can level up next turn to level 3 and then just attack, that should do the trick. That's gotta be game. Yeah, that's game. Got him. Now we get to see the level 3 of Warlock Class properly. I think even though he gains this life, it's still enough. Trigger Mania. Okay, even the mirror. Well, give me a mirror. We got the guy. Nice. 3-0. Feels good. Feels real good. And we haven't played a single mono white or mono green or is it turns the whole night. Mission accomplished. Have fun. Man, the climb to diamond was a nightmare. Just, wow. Unbelievable. Over 80% of the matches are against those 3 decks. And, you know, to get anywhere, you need to be playing one of them yourself. The only other deck that was a bit of a surprise was a mono blacklist that I got from Gigex. If you don't know who he is, just Google Gigex or you know, YouTube. He's another content creator. His stuff's great. I took his. I was just desperate and scrolling the YouTube feed, and you saw the usual clickbait title like "fastest way to reach Mythic." So I click on that, and it's this mono black discard hand hate Tergrid pile. Whew. Spicy. It got me over the finish line, actually. It would won me the last 3 games to get into diamond, so I might actually do a full video on that one. It's a really, really nice deck, so congrats to Gigex and go check him out. So Gruul Werewolves also is looking set to be like really good in Crimson Vow. I've made a preemptive build with the new 1-drop, and there's some difficulties. The 1-drop like needs 4 drops to come in on top of it for it to grow, and or for it to come in bigger than a 2-1. There needs to already be a 4-drop on the board. So it's there's not too many 4-drops in the werewolf deck. It's a lot of 3-drops and 2-drops, so it's been actually a bit weird. It's not the instantly like, oh my god, this is the perfect card for werewolf tribal that I initially thought. Badunk, badunk. Scoops it up. Alright guys, I'm going to do these videos as new sort of short format, 45 minutes, just not bore you guys with unranked play, and just trying to keep things fresh and light and entertaining, as I said a few times now during this video, between now and the release of Crimson Vow. So I hope you enjoyed this little janky brew. Life draining zombies, the undead life drain. I don't think I'd change anything about it. I love it. It's super fun. It's hyper synergistic. Nice little combo kills at the end. Low to the ground. You only need to run 20 lands. Everything I said in the deck tech. You saw pretty much everything that we needed. The only win con that didn't really go off was the sweep our own board Meathook Massacre. I think Warlock Class was the MVP of those matches for sure. That's it. That's going to be it for this video. Those of you who make it to the end, like I said, you are my favorite people. And I did have a quick announcement to make with regards to day 1 of Crimson Vow. The plan is I'm doing a live stream. We're going to be opening a lot of packs. A lot of packs. I've got these from the pre-release, plus, you know, maybe it'll be something around 60k, plus what we'll get with this. I'll be going into a little strategy that I have to maximize our vault progress. And this is the big announcement. The Mastery Pass comes with draft tokens. I played the Midnight Hunt draft before I even played with my new cards from the booster packs last, you know, when the last set dropped. I want to do the same with Crimson Vow because it feels like a really good way to learn a new set. You get to play with the new mechanics, and I don't know, I felt it like it was a really valid learning experience before actually starting to build with the new cards, to play a few rounds of draft with the new set. So during day 1, after we finish you know, cracking all those packs, I'm going to use my tokens and play some draft. If you guys are into that type of content, let me know in the comments, both today and on day 1. And then we'll just leave it at that, end the live stream there, and then we'll finally get back into normal daily fresh brews as promised, because there's going to be this influx of brand new cards. I've already got hundreds of decks ideas, and I can't wait to show you guys them. But yeah, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. This is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.